Student, here is the animal tissue revision. To topic to the point. Now in this we will conclude our animal tissue whole chapter and get conclusion. Now here we see that point of what definition of tissue is given. Now in animal tissue the definition should be what? Similar origin and made of what? Made of same kind of cell, similar origin and have same function, that is called what? Tissue. Now the study of tissue is called what? Histology, and term by chart founder Maslow Malpighi, all we know it. Now also given origin. Now from the origin we know that what? From gastrula, from the what point? From gastrula, from gastrula we have what? We have three germ layer. Now that germ layer is ectodermal, mesodermal and endodermal. From this germ layer we develop what? Organ. Now from that organ, that makes our what? System, and that system makes body. This is the path. Now we have four type of tissue, that is epithelial, connective, muscular and nervous tissue. Now this in epithelial tissue we know that cover of the body epithelium and also from what? Gland, and three type of origin we also know that is ectodermal, mesodermal and endodermal. In connective tissue, that protect and support and also that join organ together or join tissue together to form organ. Muscular tissue, that is what? Movement responsible. Nervous tissue, that is for conduction and transmit for the what? Body impulse, nerve impulse. Now first topic, that is epithelial tissue. In epithelial tissue we have to understand that it has two functions, that is cover and form what? Gland. Now in epithelium we have covering and three germ layers. Also we have no blood vessel or vascular we say, and if there is the epithelium then we have also cell junction and desmosomes to what? Connective link between two cell communication होता है ना, उससे जुड़ा हुआ ये है सेल जंक्शन और डेस्मोजम्स. इसमें एक्सचेंज होता है मटेरियल्स का. और and we have also what? Covering and glandular. Now in covering we have three main arrangement, that is arrangement layer. Now cell shape and also function. Now arrangement: simple epithelium, stratified epithelium and pseudo epithelium. In simple epithelium, on basement membrane cells join, that is simple epithelium. In stratified epithelium we have what? Above the cell we have different layer, and here develop what? Keratinized and non-keratinized. And in pseudo stratified, if this is the basement membrane, now there is big cell, small cell, and there also big cell, small cell. Now this term like what? This term like two cell or one cell, and the nucleus is also up down. So it is called what? Pseudo stratified. Means viewing like many layer, but have what? But have only a small layer or one layer, that is called pseudostratified. Also in cell shape, squamous like tiles or terrestrial. In cuboidal shape, cube like on the top. Columnar epithelium in columnar type or columnar type or cylinder type. And transitional epithelium, this is also what? Mixture of this both epithelium got mixed in transitional epithelium. Also in function, neurosecretory. Now here got what? Neurons. Germinal epithelium, cuboidal epithelium got what? Germinal function. Pigmented. Now this pigmented is on squamous epithelium. That is squamous epithelium got stratified, that is what? Stratified epithelium got pigmented. Now Each section is glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium made up of three germ layer and zymogen granules. That is from what? Golgi apparatus, or what? That is from Golgi bodies. We have what? We have zymogen granules to form what? Gland. We will that study in cell biology. Also we have what? That is different on absence of absence of cell number duct. That gland is classified. Now first classification is exocrine, means that is with duct. Endocrine without duct. Number of cell, unicell means one cell, goblet cell or Paneth cell, or what, or multicellular cell. We have majority of gland like what? Sebaceous gland, maxillary gland, pancreatic gland, intestinal gland, like this type of salivary gland. Now we have also on the basis of secretory unit. Now if singular, if only tube like that is got in intestine, simple. Now it is in simple intestine. We have what? Duodenum. In duodenum we have crypts of liverculin. Simple branch tubular. With tubular we have also got what? Branched. The tube got branched, that is in gastric and uterine gland. In uterine gland also we have coiled tubular in sweat. Coiled gland. The secretion is from what? Tube, and that tube is coiled. Alveole is from seminal vesicles of forming sperm and cutaneous gland of frog. Simple branched. Now if branched and simple, that is sebaceous gland, means oil gland. Compound tubular. If tubular got many compound on liver and bulbourethral gland in female reproductive. Also alveolar compound salivary gland, compound tubular, parotid and pancreas. Mode of secretion. Now holocrine, we already studied. Whole cell get what? Destruction. Apocrine means tip of cell get destruction, where the tip part is get destruction is not given, but merocrine means no destruction. This. Now secretion. Serous means watery secretion, that is sweat gland, parotid or pancreatic. Mucus gland, that is secrete mucus. Now mucus is mainly secreted by columnar cell, not cuboidal. It is from what? Columnar cell only. Mixed gland is submandibular or pancreatic, this type of. Now the summary. Now we have studied in our topic that we have what? In tissue we have to study location mainly and function. Now simple squamous, here is pavement epithelium or testarial, like in this is the basement membrane, and there what? Cell sheet, that is called what? Simple squamous, and nutrition get by what? Diffusion. Here. Now where it is found, we will. Now I will post one tricky and trickful note for the location tricks. That is what? Endothelium, peritoneum, pleural, alveoli. We have what? We have MBA cell. MBA what cell? CELL cell. Now here C not function. MBA means mesothelium before Bowman's capsule. Alveoli. E for what? Endothelium. That is endothelium or endocardium. Also here is also endothelium. L for loop of Henel's here, and what? And L for also what? Coelomic fluid. Now here should be coelomic not given. Also we have, and from here function is filtration, absorption and segregation by the process of diffusion. Food our tissue is simple cuboidal. In simple cuboidal cube-like cell and centrally nucleus. In squamous also centrally located nucleus, but only in columnar there is a nucleus at base. Now here we have what trick? We have trick what? Soft PCT, DCT, lens retina. PCT, DCT, what? Lens retina. Now here is it. SAPT means salivary gland, pancreatic gland. SAP, turn TS means thyroid. TH. Now PCT, DCT. Here is what? PCT, DCT should be also in here, and lens and retina. This is lens, and where is retina part? This is the retina. Choroid plexus and semifree-stables and ovarian follicles, that is on the germinal epithelium, that also belongs to what? We have learned the point on what? Cuboidal, simple cuboidal. We have columnar. If columnar and non-ciliated, if non-ciliated, then it is found on what? SOR of UAE is BG, means SOR for stomach, SI means intestine, SIR means rectum, anal, rectum. SOR of UAE is BG, means urethra, that is BG, and function is secretion and absorption. Here this is also function secretion and absorption. Also have columnar. In columnar also nucleus at base. Here also nucleus at base, and other what? Nucleus at center. In here this is found in upper respiratory tract, ovaries, oviduct, fallopian tube, CNS, and its function is what? Movement. For movement, because movement due to ciliated, movement of gametes, CSF means cerebrospinal fluid movement. Now in pseudostatic pipe we have clear that this is the specialized type of tissue. In this we have what? From the basement membrane, from this is the basement membrane. Now if one is small, one is big, and one is also big, also small. Now and here present what? Here present nucleus to different position and views like it is multicellular, but it is originally it is what? It is unicellular and single layered. It is what? Single layered, and also and it is single layer and not make of different layers. So see, it is stratified. It is found in what? Bronchi, trachea, olfactory epithelium, penile of male urethra. This is also main important, male urethra. Secretion is function. Now stratified squamous. If stratified squamous, its function is mainly we have got what? PMCA, watching what? TB. So this is M, tongue, vagina, anal canal, cornea. PMCA, watching what? TB. Now T for tongue is where? Tongue here also we have given. This all will I will upload what? One video, one PDF, and that PDF control. Stratified cuboidal. If stratified cuboidal, now cube shape and more layer. Stratified means more layer. Stratified, where stratified written, then that means more layer, and that is for glands, ovarian follicles for protection, and also in stratified columnar, column like or cylinder like shape, found in what? Penile, urethra, duct, large, conjunctiva, protection and secretion. And transitional means formation of two, cuboidal and columnar, and these two make what? Superficial cells. So no here, no keratinization. This is for what? This is for the elastic nature, that is present one. We have what? URB means urethra. No urethra. This is what? Urinary bladder. B for R for renal pelvis, and U for what? Urethra. Okay, urethra. It's also for what? Extension or elastic nature. What here given? This is permits distension, means elastic nature. That is what? Elastic nature. This is done. Move to other second type of tissue, that is what? Connective tissue. In connective tissue, mesodermal in origin, most abundant, embryonic. It's of two type: embryonic connective and adult connective. Now in embryonic we have what? Mesenchyme. Now mesenchyme, that from what? From the mesoderm, and that is from the cell. This is what? Cell. And mucous connective tissue. We have Watson's jelly in umbilical cord of fetus from the what? From the female mother when she got pregnant, that present of mucous connective tissue, that is whole Walton's jelly. Now its main function is framework of body and form what? Organ connection. It have different function that we will get in connective tissue. We have learned loose connective tissue. We have two type, that is areolar and adipose. We have already made a chart. In chart we have got adipose tissue and areolar. Now in dense connective tissue we have three type. We have also read this is what? Collagen, elastin and reticulin. These three type of. Now in a skeletal tissue we have cartilage, bone, vascular, blood, lymph. Now in connective tissue proper or connective tissue loose we have two type, that is areolar and adipose, that makes bind together organ. And also now let's get started on areolar tissue. In areolar tissue it's fibroblast cell, and that fibroblast cell got what? Three type of fibroblast cell and three type of protein, that is collagen, elastin, reticulin fiber. Also macrophage means to eat other or to eat debris or other particles of the cell or damaged cell. Mast cell means that is on the allergy basis. It has also three type, that is heparin, histamine, serotonin. We have already read. Plasma cell, that produce antibodies. Histamine, that is inflammatory allergy. We have already read. Now also we have B lymphocyte derivative is plasma cell. And lymphocyte, it has three type of fiber, that is collagen fiber, that is white, elastin fiber, that is yellow, and reticulin fiber. This is also a small piece granule, small and granules type of collagen fiber. This is also white in color, reticulin fibers. Now we make what? Collagen fiber makes protein to give strength, bundles, tensile, that is strength here is given to the point. Elastin, that make what? That makes elastic in nature, by elastin protein, and it got what? True vocal cord. Reticulin fiber, we have reticulin protein to make what? Forming what? By the network we have given, because network by granules here. So other is adipose tissue. In adipose tissue what? Fibroblast, that three type of fibroblast make modify for fat storage. And adipose tissue we have a fat cell, that is called adipocyte. We have two type of cell here, that is brown means a small fat cell, and white, that is large or big or large size of fat cell. In adipose tissue we have this present beneath what? Beneath a skin for storage of fat, that is subcutaneous fat. It is also present on bulbs of whale, humps of camel. In dense connective tissue we have collagen fiber. In bundles makes dense. Now here we have tendons and ligament. This tendons and ligament is already we have discussed. Tendons means bone to muscles, ligaments bone to bone, and a strength producing tendon, that is TT. common and ligament strain in elastic connective tissue. We have what? From the freely by the elastic fiber, and that get yellow color due to elastin protein. And also we should know example. Now example in larynx artery, also in trachea, where what is as trachea is also given, trachea. This is the example. Now reticulate, that also makes what? Supported for what? Immune system. This is for immune system, and present on liver, spleen, lymph nodes, for what? Adapted for strength. And that immune system makes what? In work in wounds and infection. Now skeletal tissue. In a skeletal tissue, this is also part of connective tissue. And skeletal tissue also mesoderm in origin. It contains of two, that is cartilage and bone. Bone is also called osseous, and bone contain osseous protein. Cartilage means what? Semi-rigid, means that is medium type of rigid, flexible. This is developed from mesenchyme, means that is derived from cartilage, derived from what? From the mesoderm, and with a cell forming matrix, that is called mesenchyme. And it is also no blood vessel, like in epithelium, no blood vessel, and receive nutrition by diffusion. This is also from what? Diffusion from simple epithelium. It has two types, that is cartilage and bone. Now also ground substance and fiber, this all studied. And intercellular matrix, that is called matrix. Matrix means cell include what? Cell include granules and protoplasm type, that is called matrix. We have now cartilage. In cartilage we have cartilage cell, that is chondroblast. That cartilage contain what? Collagen fiber. And also we have what? Mature chondroblast, means that is with lacuna fluid filled, already told in last class. Chondrocyte. And chondroclast means cartilage eating cell, that is macrophage of cartilage, means destroying of cartilage is done by chondroclast. So three types of cells are found in cartilage: chondroblast, chondrocyte, and chondroclast. Chondroblast means collagen fiber deposited here, and chondrocyte cell is that with matrix contain fluid filled, that is called lacuna. And chondroclast means destroying of cartilage. And matrix, now here in matrix we have what? This is a ground substance with what? Network of collagen fiber, means in collagen protein fiber, there made what? They are made a network. Within that network present in a connective tissue. Now matrix composed of what? Water, peptidoglycan, lipid, collagen, and also what? Electrolyte. That type of mixture, or we can say matrix is a type of what? Cell protoplasm like. Now types of, now depend upon its matrix. On matrix depend, we have what? Three types of cartilage, that is hyaline, elastic, and fibrous. In hyaline cartilage we have what? Glass like. Hyaline means what? Glass. In like glass like view, we can say that it is transparent type of cartilage, and it is most abundant cartilage. This is also main point. And found upon what? Articulating cartilage, means on the top of the long bone. If this is the bone, then here present, that is what? That is hyaline cartilage. and it is called what, epiphytes or articulate bone. Now other location also is nose, larynx, trachea, bronchi, most part of embryonic skeleton. In embryonic skeleton also cartilage is mostly found, and that cartilage got deposition of calcium, makes calcified, and that is got bone later. And other is elastic cartilage. Now elastic cartilage location is ear, pinna, larynx, epiglottis, sternum, and ear pinna. So that is 4E should be here as a trick. Also fibrous cartilage, fibrocartilage, that is strongest due to what, deposition of calcium. Now this is present on vertebral intervertebral disc location, pubis symphysis on the hip, and this is fibrous cartilage. This is in the bone joining. What bone joining? Two bone can be joined by this, because white fibrous cartilage is made of. Now we have bone. From cartilage we have developed bone due to deposition of calcium. So a study is called osteology. Strongest bone is the strongest connective tissue, and here also contain what, matrix. That matrix compound called is osin. The matrix consists of what, organic compound like water, calcium phosphate, or lipids. That type of, here water 20% in that matrix called osin, and 30 to 40% organic material, inorganic 50%. So mostly in bone, inorganic material is found, that is calcium phosphate. That this is the formula, calcium phosphate, also named as calcium hydroxyapatite crystals. This is the composition of bone, and organic, that is this. Now we have what, this is the velocity that what blood flow in bone, that is 200 to 400 ml per minute is the speed of blood. You should remember 200 minute per ml per minute, means in 200 ml per minute, in 1 minute, here we go, 200 ml blood. And it stores 90% of calcium bone and 85% of phosphorus, calcium phosphate. You should remember that. And now we have what, bone type. Now bone type, let's get started. Now first bone type is dermal bone, or we can say membranous or investing bone, that is made of mainly what, from the dermis. Name is what, dermal, so that is developed from dermis. From the skin dermis, what deposition on the skin dermis, we have deposition of calcium that make the bone, and this is present, dermal bone is present on clavicle, means a neck bone, clavicle, and phalanges. Phalanges means hand digits. This is. Now on type of bone we have other type, that is cartilaginous or replacing bone. This is the ossification on this bone, ossification on cartilage. Example is what, from the girdle bone, means pectoral girder, limb bone, parietic bone, and vertebrae, means backbone. We have sesamoid bone, other type, that ossification on tendons. Tendon means bone to muscle joint is called tendon. And here patella and fibula. Patella is the knee bone, and fibula is the leg bone. On the basis of a structure, we have compact bone. Now compact bone means filled with yellow bone marrow, and spongy bone means filled with red bone marrow. Compact bone is the middle part, and spongy bone is the tip part, that is called articulating bone or trabecular bone. We have also diploid bone. In diploid bone, it is flat bone that is found on ribs and skull. In this diploid bone is the combination of these two both bone, that is compact bone and spongy bone. And pneumatic bone is found on bird apes. It is the hollow bone, so make easy for bird for flying. Now, like cartilage cell, we have also three type of cell in bone. That is osteoblast, means bone forming cell is osteoblast, that contain collagen protein. We have a second cell is osteocyte cell, means that cell contain some of the cytoplasm that is called lacuna, and that lacuna that form new bone that is called osteocyte on osteoblast. If this is osteoblast cell, means bone forming cell, contain cytoplasm that is called lacuna, and that lacuna with a cell osteoblast that is called osteocyte. So simple. Osteoclast means bone cutting cell, as we have studied. And if we put bone on acid, dilute or concentrated acid, then bone organic phase got destroyed. And if we put in KOH, then nothing happens, and kept in dilute acid, then that is called decalcification, means calcium got removed from the bone. Now in bone we have, if this is the bone, then outer cover or sheath is called periosteum, inner sheath is called endosteum. That we have what? We have bone marrow. Now if the bone with matrix, that is called osine, and osine, we should also know that if this is the bone, then here the cover part. Now this cover part we should have to give determinant. If this is the cover part, then this is what? Periosteum, outer cover. And this is what? This is inner cover. This is called what? Inner cover, that is called endosteum. Now this outer and inner cover, there is the matrix and cell with the linking joint, and that if so, this cell contain what? This cell is osteocyte cell, and here we have canal, that is Herbacean canal, and this caniculi, that is called what? That is also same type of lamella. So Herbacean canal contain blood vessels, etc. Now Herbacean canal system means mammal. We have Volkmann canal. That canal is called what? Volkmann canal. That contain two Herbacean canal. This is the two Herbacean canal. Then this contain what? This linking is called Volkmann canal. We have diaphysis. Diaphysis means the shaft part. We have also studied in past class. This is the what? Shaft or compact bone, and this is epiphysis, or what? Or we have what? The tip part, articulating cartilage, articulating bone part. Now we know that yellow bone marrow in diaphysis and red bone marrow in epiphysis. Same given. Now pneumatic with air space. Given. Now in bone we should know that in bone, red bone marrow is active and yellow bone marrow is inactive. Red bone marrow forms red blood cell type of cell formed element, that is hemopoietic tissue, because forming element, blood forming element, RBC forming element is called hemopoietic tissue. Herbacean system is what? Absent in spongy bone of mammal, because Herbacean system is only present on compact bone. Pneumatic bone present on birds. Now osteogenesis means formation of body is called osteogenesis. We have also bone with have vitamin D for growth, and if disease occur with regarding vitamin D is osteomalacia in adult and rickets in children. due to deficiency of vitamin D. This should be studied. To our lecture here, vitamin D. If in bone, vitamin D is much necessary for normal growth and maintenance. And if vitamin D get deficiency in the body, then we have rickets in children and osteomalacia in adult. Now here is also given Paget's disease. We studied before that Paget's disease is due to what? Irregular thickness of bone, means flat and thickened. That is called what? Deforming bone, Paget's disease. Now we have vascular tissue. Now vascular tissue is also in connective tissue. Then this is the special type of fluid connective tissue. Now in fluid connective tissue, this is mesodermal 7.4 and alkaline. 7.4 is alkaline because above 7 is alkali. Now 7% blood in female and 8% in male of body weight. So average is 5 to 6 liter of blood in male and 4 to 5 liter in female. Now more pH in what? In vein due to CO2. Now we have also, now this is the buffer solution contained in blood, that is sodium carbonate and carbonic acid, means NaHCO3 and H2CO3. And main buffer is this sodium carbonate, bicarbonate, that is NaHCO3 acid. Now if acidity, then low oxygen carry. And 55% plasma we have studied in chart. Hematocrit means blood volume occupied by what? Hemato means RBC contain hemoglobin, so hematocrit. And if diagnosis occur, that is anemia, because anemia is caused due to deficiency of hemoglobin. Other part is plasma. So 55% plasma and 45% is blood formed element, that is blood. That is what? That is that is formed element, that is RBC, WBC and platelets. Plasma contain plasma protein. Now plasma protein is from liver, that contain 8% of plasma protein liver, that same, that is 30 gram. And now liver also contain, now liver plasma protein contain this type of what? This type of plasma protein, that is albumin, globulin, immunoglobulin, prothrombin and fibrinogen. So albumin, globulin is the main ratio of 4:3:1 here given. Now immunoglobulin is immune system booster, antibodies forming. Prothrombin and fibrinogen, this both is for blood clotting. Now albumin is most abundant and smallest. Albumin maintain what? Normal blood pressure, osmoregulation. So it is what? Osmotic pressure maintenance. Albumin for maintenance of osmotic pressure here given. Now immunoglobulin, same body defense, prothrombin, blood clotting. Now 3:2 ratio, all we have studied. Now different blood cell, this is called formed element, we have studied in chart. So here is RBC, that is called erythrocyte, WBC called leukocyte, granulocyte means granules contain on, WBC that is BEN, basophil, eosinophil and neutrophil. Organophil, not granules present, that is ML, monocyte and lymphocyte. Thrombocyte, that is platelets. Now origin of blood cell. Now as we know that the blood cell is origin from what? From bone marrow, and the process of blood cell forming is called hematopoiesis, means formation is poiesis. Now during embryonic we have what? Embryonic in yolk sac on what? On gastrula phase, then spleen, then liver, then thymus gland. Then in adult we have what? Bone marrow. After the birth of the baby, we got red bone marrow is the blood forming cell. and platelets, all WBC also. Lymphoid tissue is the what immune system, that is spleen, tonsil, lymph node, that is also with what all granular nature. Hematocytoblast means red bone marrow that give rise to blood cell. Here is first type from the blood formed element, that is erythrocyte means RBCs, that is large size in amphibians, in frog. Now main example is salamander, amphibians largest RBC. Now nature is oval, biconvex and nucleated. In mammals, in human, we have what? We have biconcave and or nucleated with what? With what cell? With circular type of cell shape. Now smallest RBC in musk deer. Now here is given round shape, biconvex and non-nucleated. Have studied. Now camel and Ilmas is what? Exception because of containing nucleated RBC. We have also what? Hemoglobin in mammals, and the shape is biconcave due to protein spectrin. This is also the main important. Due to protein spectrin, the shape is biconcave, that is round like shape. Now in RBC of mammals, we have what? We have deficiency of this type of organelle, that is mitochondria, Golgi bodies, nucleus, this etc. Now nucleus and not present, that is hematocytometer means counting how many RBC, that 4.5 and 5.5 in male and female. In male we have 5.5 millions, and in female life expectancy is 4 months. We already know that in frog 100 days. Now in fetus, in liver, we already know first is yolk sac, then second is liver, then third is spleen. This is the sequence of hematopoiesis. Hematopoiesis formation of this same. Now in main side of hematopoiesis is from the what? From kidney also. Like in kidney, erythropoietin is the hormones for the production of RBC. Vitamin B12 stimulate RBC formation. Now hematolysis means destruction. Now destruction of RBC. Now we have 8% of 0.8%. This should be 0.8% of saline solution. Here is given 0.7. Here given 0.8% or 7% of NaCl in blood is found. We have two chain, 141 and 146 in hemoglobin, that cause what? Anemia. This is the anemia occurrence chain. Now we have 33% of hemoglobin in RBC. Now composition means hemoglobin means hem means iron and globin means protein. That is 4 type. If we see RBC, then we have 4 type of protein and iron. We have oxygen with hemoglobin carry, that is called oxyhemoglobin. Methemoglobin means occur with what? With one more iron, Fe3+. That's called methanoglobin. And carboxyglobin due to CO poisoning. Hemoglobin level in newborn baby is 20 nearby, and in male 15 and in female 13 like. And breakdown of hemoglobin is iron recycled biliverdin, that is in stool convert to bilirubin, then rubin. Biliverdin is in hemoglobin, then that get converted to bilirubin, then rubin. Here remember this is bin, so in bin in urine and stool. Globulin is converted to what amino acid? We got hemoglobin 15 gram, as we have told, in blood of male 12 gram. 12 gram, if less than 12 gram hemoglobin, that is called what? Anemia. Now type of anemia, that is microcytic anemia, deficiency of iron. Megaloblastic anemia, deficiency of vitamin B12, because vitamin B12 is essential for what? Mature, for making mature of RBC. Pernicious anemia, deficiency of vitamin B12, and here folic acid also. Now hemorrhagic anemia is excessive bleeding. Also hemolytic is rupturing. Hemolytic, lytic means what? Rupture or dissolution. Aplastic means bone marrow destruction. Nutrition means inadequate food. If you will not take food, that is called nutrition anemia, due to what? Iron deficiency. Now sickle cell anemia is gene mutation on 141 and 146 number of what? Of that amino acid. Thalassemia is also gene mutation. Septicemia is multiplication of bacteria in blood. Now sickle cell anemia is genetic disease due to what? Beta chain 141 and 146. Thalassemia is also due to deficiency of hemoglobin. Now if reduced hemoglobin, that is called cyanosis, that is present in nose or cheeks, or what? Lips also, lips, nail also. Polycythemia means abnormal increase of RBC. Erythropenia means decreased level of RBC. In Hill people, we see what? Rosy cheeks due to more RBC. Erythropoietin is the hormone in the kidney cell, we have already talked. Now RBC get what? Dissolved in spleen, that is called graveyard. Blood bank is also called. Now enzymes for RBC is carbonic anhydrase is the fastest enzyme for making RBC. Carbonic anhydrase help to what? Transport CO2 up to 70%. We will study in respiratory topic. For the respiratory topic, we should transport of CO2 by carbonic anhydrase is 70%. Source of RBC is anaerobic glycolysis of glucose. Glycolysis we will study in also biology, botany. Now hematocrit value means RBC volume in the packed type of total blood volume. Now WBC is leukocyte. It is called what? Protecting cell or immune response. Now here is two type granules called this, then we have different type of due to its nucleus nature, and its normal is 5,000 to 8,000. If ratio is covered, then 600 is to 1. Leukocytosis means increase and leukopenia means decrease. Now this is the count. Neutrophil is most abundant and its nucleus is lobed by 5 lobed, and infection. Then first line of defense is this. Neutrophil is the first line of defense, already told in previous lecture. Neutrophil is what? First line of defense in bacteria or any debris occur in the body. Now we have what? Eosinophil, that is second type of granulocyte of leukocyte. That eosinophil, that is in allergic condition, high or parasitic or any condition. Now this is, now here we have what? 2 to 3 lobed of nucleus. There we have 4, 5 to 6. Then here is 2 to 3. Contain what? Histamine, heparin and serotonin 2. We have now lymphocyte, that is smallest, and that is also produce what? Antibodies. Now monocyte is largest corpuscles, also phagocytic. Now type of this monocyte means phagocyte is that what engulf the debris or other other antigen type of that brain microglia, liver crucifer cells, bone osteoclast, osteoclast, chondroclast, connective tissue, histiocyte, kidney mesangial cell, lungs, dust cell, skin, Langerhans cells, now thymus, basal corpuscle, spin, sinusoidal cells. Its lifespan is 14 days, we can say, or 2 weeks, we can say. Now it depends. This means cross what? Cross the cell. That is cross cells or capillaries. That is called diapedensis. WBC. That cannot go cell division. Leukemia is also what? Blood cancer, means increased WBC and decreased RBC. Now we have third type, that is blood platelets or thrombocyte, also called as megakaryocyte due to its without nucleus, and that from what? Fragment of bone marrow. That is from bone marrow fragments. It's also lifetime is 10 days. Now blood plate source is thromboplastin for increased number thrombocytosis, thrombopenia, decrease. Now blood clotting. So if blood clotting, if there is cut in the body, then blood clotting is due to what? This thrombocyte or platelets. Then clotting time is up to 8 minutes. Now what is the process? The process is what? Thromboplastin occur, then thrombin, then fibrin, and then clot to the that cut level. Now also we have thrombocyte. Blood coagulation is pale yellow color. Now clot in the vessel is thrombus. Any foreign substances travel, that is embolus. And recent theory is cascade theory for the blood clotting is used. Now mechanism. Now we should start mechanism. That jelly like substance for 3 to 10 minutes, taking time for the clotting. Now we will start in next class. Here mechanism. So in this class we will talk about blood clotting mechanism. The mechanism is simple, that is prothrombin activator on the damaged blood vessel is activated. This is the activator complex. This activator complex catalyze what? Prothrombin to thrombin, and this thrombin enzymes makes fibrinogen to fibrin. So there is first, if cut occurs, then prothrombin activator complex come there, and now this prothrombin activator makes conversion from prothrombin to thrombin. Now now this thrombin acts as enzyme for the fibrinogen, and that fibrinogen becomes fibrin thread, and that fibrin thread makes what? As a result, clot. Now stage is here. You can say prothrombin. Now here is the pathway convert to thrombin due to what? Activated complex of prothrombin. Now this thrombin makes fibrinogen. Now here this thrombin comes, and fibrinogen makes fibrin to makes what? Fibrin, and that fibrin is the fiber thread for the clotting. Now anticoagulant means heparin is the anticoagulant, means blood not clotting, anticoagulant. Now also we have anticoagulant heparin, and insect or leech have also that type of heparin. So that makes blood vessel for sucking the blood. Now vitamin K is necessary for blood clotting. Now CPD, ACD, EDTA, this is all for anti-blood clotting. CPD, ACD is for citrate phosphate dextrose, is anti-blood clotting. Now blood clotting is time 8 minutes, and anticoagulant for 4 degrees Celsius hirudin, that is in leech. I have told that in leech saliva is for what? For easy for blood sucking, and person don't know. Now we have blood group. Now in blood group, as we know that we have 4 type of blood group: A, B, ABO and O. So here is given ABO blood system grouping. Here is A, B, AB and O. The most frequency is O positive, and must not occur in real life is AB negative. AB what? Negative. Positive, this is what? Positive, and this negative must what? Frequency. Now we have also got universal donor, that is O negative. AB positive is universal receiver. Peptic ulcer in O and gastric ulcer in A. Now research system makes positive antigen. Now we have what? For the testing of blood group we have three antigen, that is A, B and D. Now D antigen only in RBC, found AB in saliva, semen and amniotic fluid. Antigen is found. Now most of the population in the world is RH positive, is Rh positive blood group. Erythroblastis fetalis is what? It's scant children that got father positive RH and mother negative of the same, means AB positive father and AB negative mother, then there is erythroblastosis fetalis. Then here second children will dead and not born. Now lymph. Now lymph is the other component of blood. This is blood minus RBC, and here WBC is more. Now lymph is what? That is absent of RBC is lymph. Now it lymph, the site of formation of lymph is interstitial space, means on the abdomen, interstitial part, all same liquid. Now exchange from tissue fluid, blood capillary is major exchange. Now this is called middleman of blood and blood cells. Now lymph is also maintains blood volume osmotic. It is lateral because due to intestinal villi. Now this is due to absorption of what? Fat. This is the main point. Now here is difference between blood and lymph. There are RBC and there is absent RBC. More WBC, there is less. There is what? More less WBC and more. Now CO2 is less and CO2 is more. Here muscular tissue, this is the third type of tissue after epithelial, connective, and this is muscular, and other is also what? Nervous tissue. Now in muscular tissue, myology, study of muscles, mesodermal origin, myoblast, muscle forming cell. Now specialized function is for contractility. Now on the basis we have three types, that is skeletal, visceral and cardiac. Now skeletal is with bone, visceral is that is not in our control, in cardiac is heart. As skeletal motion except tongue muscles and upper part of esophagus, this is all attached with what? Bone. So that is called as striated, means bone attached, somatic, fatigue and voluntary, that is in our control. Visceral muscle is that not in our control, non-striated, smooth, non-skeletal and involuntary muscles. We say heart muscles is cardiac muscles is striated and involuntary, means in heart that is what? That is bone. Now striated muscles, here striated muscles means we have myoblast cells called as syncytium, means multinucleated, and fasciculi by perimysium in like in bone, and epimysium means covering of muscles, plasma membrane, sarcolemma, sarcoplasm, cytoplasm inside muscles fibrils. And now also we have sarcoplasmic reticulum in smooth muscles, in a smooth endoplasmic reticulum of muscle cells. Now titin, largest protein in muscles fiber. Now we'll continue to non-striated muscles or involuntary muscles. Now we study chemistry of stated muscle. In stated muscles, main is 75% water. Now 70% water in human body system. Now here is protein, that is actin, myosin, tropamine, myoalbumin, myogene type of protein, that is 20% in muscles. We have glycogen. This is the stored muscles store. What carbohydrate? Now potassium is also most abundant in muscles. So muscles have own oxygen carrying, that is called myoglobin. This is myoglobin means muscles hemoglobin. Now we have structures of stated muscles, means we have what? Dark A band and light I band. There is second letter A for dark and D A dark. D A is and first A is now light. L I second is I and first is I. Here isotopic band. Now Z is the final line of I band, means light band. This is from the light band, means LIZ leads. Light band I is Z and A band is H. It's called H line or Hansen disc. Z line on the divide of myofibrils. If this is the muscle cells and this is also muscle cells, and now these fibers in between this divide, that is called what? Z line on the sarcomere. Now in sarcomere there is two Z line, because this two Z line means one sarcomere. Here also same Z line, and so this is two Z line on the sarcomere. Now junction is also contain of now here also junction point. In this junction contain what? Neuromuscular or myoneural junction for the contraction relaxation of muscles of nerve. Sarcomere is the main functional unit. Now in bone, that was what? Ostein is the main of the functional unit of bone, that is the cell. Now this is also the cell. Now calcium is also present in muscles. Calcium is essential in contraction of muscles. Now rigor mortis, due to death the muscles got what? Contracted. Rigor mortis. Now tenseness is the contraction of muscles wave form, and the contraction of muscles eyelid is short duration. This is involuntary. And fatigue due to what? Muscles fail to contract and relax is called fatigue. Lactic acid is the muscles resulting what? Excessive exercise. Now Cori cycle is used in this lactic acid. Smooth muscles. Now smooth muscles is visceral non-stated, means non-bone associated. Now this is GI uterus. This is the shape, and spindle shape means this type of shape here present. This type of shape present in a smooth muscle. This is so it is uninucleated and spindle shape with sarcolemma. No sarcolemma here occur, and this is controlled by AN, is autonomic nervous system. We have also got that it is never with bone. So cardiac muscle, this is heart muscles, heart wall. It is stated, do not get fatigue. It has contained discs too, that is called intercalated discs. Now we have both. It controlled by central nervous and autonomic nervous. Now I band in AI, you should know A and I. Now if this is I, then there should be Z also. Actin protein only present on AI. This is muscles. A band, we have both. In A band both actin and myosin present, and H band only myosin, means HM and AI is the what? Is the code for the remember. Now fact. Now here is facts. 639 total muscles. Largest muscle, greater maximus, smallest muscle, asparagus of the ear, Now longest muscle is sartorius or talus muscles. Papillary muscles means heart muscles. Forearm muscles, bicep, forearms. We got forearms, biceps called as triceps means forearms also. Gastrocnemius muscles. This should be sarc and pectoris majoris in bird. Latissimus dorsi, shoulders, ribs, intercostal, ciliary muscles on the lens. Now master muscle strongest muscles on the what? In the mouth, lower jaw, masseter on the lower jaw. Now rectus abdominalis, longest abdomen muscles, myogram muscles contraction recording. Muscular dystrophy is the hereditary disease of muscles. Poliomyelitis means viral disease that weakens what? Muscles. Now here we got fourth topic of what tissue, that is fourth type of is nervous tissue. This is ectodermal. This is two type, that is mesodermal is the from microglia means supporting cell microglia and meninges. This is from what? Mesoderm, and other is nervous tissue contain what? Neurons and neuroglia. Now neurons is structural functional unit of the muscles, and neuroglia is the connective tissue of nervous system that support for protection and helps the neurons. Type of neuroglia cell. Now neuroglia cells is the supporting cell or connective tissue type of cell, that is astrocyte means BBB, triple B means blood brain barrier means in brain there should not be blood deposition is the main function of astrocyte. Oligodendrocyte means myelinated, that makes coating on the large nerve cells for what? Conduction of nerve impulse faster. Schwann cell is myelinated in PNS. In PNS, the sheath is covered. Microglia means monocyte in brain. Is functional phagocyte means eating type. Ependymal cell means lining what? Lining CSF. This is the formation of CSF, internal lining of ventricles and central canal of spinal cord. Ependymal. So this makes what? CSF or ventricles lining. We have ventricles in CSF. Now longest cell in human body is called neuron. Also softest tissue is blood. We should remember. Now nerve cells never divide. This never divide due to what? Due to here its nature, due to absence of cell granules. Now least power of regeneration is found in neurons. We have three portions: its cell body, dendrites and axon. These three we should get the concluded. Now on neuron you should understand that this is the body structure, and see this is now this here, this is the what? Cyton. Now this is what? Dendrites means incoming of impulse here. And also this is the what? Body, cell body. This is axon, and this is the what? Axon hillock means that implementing or transfer impulse to the other part, out part. So this is the basically structure of hair in the neural system or nervous system, neuron. Now the cell body is called cyton or soma, also known as. This is where cytoplasm with nucleus occur. We have here in the cyton nuclear body or triglyceride granules. Nuclear granules rich in RNA with protein synthesis. Now dendrites, branch extensor of cytoplasm. Already told that if this is like this, dendrites, this is like what? Dendrites here occur. This is branched This is what branch, this type of branch and function of dendrites to conduct impulse to the cell body. This is called what? Cell body. This round cyclical cell body dendrites are afferent, that afferent makes incoming of impulse to the cyton axon longest process that fine filament called telodendria. This is called telodendria, or what called terminal buttock here given. Now we have also axon hillock, exolemma, cytoplasmin axon called axon lemma. We have afferent. Axon is afferent means traveling impulse to the what, to the organ, means transmit here. Efferent means to the body organ. Now two types, that is myelinated and unmyelinated. Myelinated means covered with myelin sheath. As we have fixed that myelin sheath is the covering of fiber, and node of renewal means unmyelinated gap between two myelinated. Now that is this node of Renvier is cellular connection like in frog jumping like mechanism. Myelinated nerve fibers are both in brain and spinal cord. Non-myelinated is found in gray matter. Gray matter and white matter is what? Myelinated. We have fine fibrous connective tissue, that is endoneuron. Perineum is the parallel fasciculi of the fiber, neurofiber. Epineurium is the surrounding of the first layer sheath, is in bone, same point. Now four type of neurons on the basis of classes, that is non-polar, unipolar, bipolar and multipolar. This pole means if this is the neuron, then how much conduction given. If only dendrites, this is unipolar one. Now both dendrites and axon, that is bipolar, and multipolar means both dendrites and branched. Now unipolar means hydra. We got non-polar or unpolar, non-polar, unipolar in embryos and in spinal cord of dorsal root of spinal cord in male, in man, or brain of man. Bipolar in ear, and olfactory means nose, in eye retina. Multipolar means several dendrites and one axons, means only one axons for the coming, and dendrites is branched. Now most of the neurons in brain and spinal cord are this type of. Now some point you should get remember in small tissue, that is specialized stretch vesicles. Now this capillaries, cochlear. Skin casting is single layer in the frog. We have 5 layers. We should study skin in next class upcoming in this system. Now iris muscles is ectodermis, and diamond granules cytoplasm secretion of gland. Platelets in mammals only. Sanctium is the multicellular, means multicellular nuclei is sanctum. Serum is blood minus clotting, plasma clotting factor, blood plasma minus what? Clotting factor. A spider like what? Bone cell called osteocyte. Spider like bone cell called osteocyte. Cuboidal in central, and in columnar we have basal of nucleus. Now flexure concerned with biceps muscles. Zonula adherens is desmosomes, means connection of two cell gap junction like multinucleated cells in liver. Now transitional epithelium in urothelium means urinary bladder. Here we have trick, that is URB, means urethra, renal pelvis and urinary bladder. This is completion of what? Animal tissue. So in this topic we have studied 4 type of tissue. In first epithelial tissue we have a red of cover and glandine function. in connective tissue we have studied that connection of two tissues make what organ connection. For the making of organ, two tissue make connection, that connection makes what organ functional. And other we have got muscular tissue. In muscular tissue three types, that is attached with bone and controlling by our self, non stated means not connected with bone, and involuntary, and that is visceral organs present like heart, liver, lungs, etc. The other third type is cardiac muscle, that is heart attached muscles, that is also with bone. So remember, this should be what skeletal. Now then we have last, that is nervous tissue. In nervous tissue we have got what neurons and neuroglia cells. In neuroglia cells, that same cells, we have what the function is for supporting and connecting connection of neurons and helping neurons. So that is up to animal tissue.